There will come that moment in your writing project, and perhaps you've already had it, when a little thought pops into your head saying something like, should I carry on with this? Should I give up? Now, what makes this thought so challenging is not the thought itself, but it's the fact that you're listening to the thought. It's the fact that you're giving the thought your attention and wondering if you should believe it. So this is a really powerful concept to get your head around. If there is a thought in your mind, at the moment it just exists up there between your ears. The moment that you start listening to it, the moment that you start acting as if that thought has some weight to it, you then begin to make that thought real. You then put it out there into your life, and that's when you start to think, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I should just give up on this project. I really want for you to understand that we have a moment of choice when that thought comes into our mind. Every single writer that I have ever spoken to, and we're talking like over 1,000 here, has had that thought at some point along the path of them working on their writing project. And perhaps I've had that thought more than once. I certainly know that when I was writing my first novel, I had that thought fairly regularly. The thought comes, and then we can either say to ourselves, this is a thought like an echo, like the sound of something that happened a long time ago, of which I'm just hearing a reverberation to, and so therefore it's not real. Or we can start attaching to that thought and we can start thinking, what if it's true? What if it means something? What if I should give up? And that's where the challenge and the turmoil really begins, not with the thought itself, but in the way that we're engaging with that thought. And so that's where this mindset work can become really powerful. And that's where a lot of the work that I do as a coach really focuses on. The way that we are responding to the certain thoughts that we're having in my mind and the impact that that response then has on our writing. If I have a thought that says, should I carry on with this book? And I just go, oh yeah, that old sausage. Yeah, I've heard that one before. I tend not to listen to that one. Or I take it a step further. And if that thought comes, I take it as an indication to have even more resolve, to have even more determination to keep going, because I'm not going to let that thought stop me. Then do you begin to understand that I'm changing the relationship that I'm having with that thought, rather than acting as if that thought has more power than I do, or that thought can actually control my destiny rather than I can control my destiny. And when we start to just slide into that crack in between the way the thought is and the impact that it could have on us, when we slide in between that and we start to take control from what we want to happen with our lives, that's when we become really unstoppable. And that's when we can start to create the writing career that we really, truly want. So just a short video to plant that seed in your mind. The next time you hear a thought and it's trying to stop you in your tracks with your writing project, remind yourself that you have a choice. You can start acting as if that thought has weight. You can start acting as if that thought is true, or you can choose to make a different decision. You can choose to hear that thought and know that as long as you don't make it real, it isn't real. It's a really powerful technique, and if you feel like you want to go deeper into it, then see the link below, because it's going to take you right on through to my private Facebook page, and you'll get loads more learning in this particular area of mindset work, which is really going to help you make the progress that you need in your writing project. So really happy to share this technique with you today, and looking forward to seeing you in a few days' time with the next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, and if it's your first time here, then do join us. We would love to support you in achieving that writing dream and creating a freelance career completely on your terms. See you next time.